I actually have tons of hope when it comes to like the future about how this could change. Like I see a lot of good coming from it. So it's this realization of the importance of shopping local, and I think that that's going to stay. I think people are seeing the power of that, and the importance of that, and that there is local families behind these businesses.
Okay, it's March 25th, and we're sitting here with Josiah Davis. He's the founder and owner of Local Lion Coffee on Blowing Rock Road, right here in the middle of town. I wanted to get you on the screen here so we could hear how things are going from a small business owner, and your business, is a good example of local. Not only is your name Local Lion, but you guys serve, I'd say, the ASU market, the tourist market, and then you also have a very local Boone following as well. And with all that said, how are you being affected by this?
Well, I mean, it's a huge hit, obviously. I mean, like the dining room closed, the ASU contract is shut down, no graduation to look forward to, wondering about the tourism that will be, how strong it might be this summer. So it's just, it's a huge financial hit off the get-go. And so we sat down and when we started to really realize how serious this was, and had to make a 6-month plan for how do we still be open in 6 months, and realized that meant letting some people go. And so we, all the college kids that had maybe summer plans or had a shift or two, we let all them go and kept all of our core staff, anybody full-time, we made a commitment to them to do our best to be there for them. And so we essentially came up with new numbers that we needed to hit every day, and just took a day-by-day approach. And so far we're hitting those numbers and staying open. I mean, our goal is to just be still standing when this is over. That's really like our financial goal. So that's the biggest thing that changed immediately, was just a complete reprioritization of how we were going to do business, and really a focus on, my keeping my father lives here, my mother lives here in Boone, and I want them to not get sick. So like trying to do it really well and stay clean and keep Boone healthy from the virus. At the same time, we're trying to keep our economy alive,
Yeah, and that's a good point. I'm curious about your thoughts on, as a community, how do we stay healthy through this? There's a lot of different ways we need to try to be mindful of our health, whether that's mental, spiritual, financial. How do we do that from your perspective during this time?
Yeah, that's a big question. So I think the first, other than the obvious stuff, like let's, wash our hands, let's social distance, all the stuff that we're all doing and working together to do. I think for our family, it's been a lot about how do we face this challenge together, and really, what if our business closed? Like these kinds of hard questions that we're having to face. What does it mean to not be able to go to the gym? Like, and be healthy. Like the things that you normally kind of rely on for health are gone. And so we're kind of looking at deeper values and going, what does remain? So I think the family values that we have, and facing a challenge as a family, as a community together, is where like our health and strength is coming from. Getting outside, on every pretty day.
One of the things I'm curious of your perspective on is how you think this whole thing's going to change Boone, because I feel like all of us probably are seeing that we're going to change as a country probably through this thing. And personally, we're all affected, and we'll probably be different when it's over. So how do you feel like this could change Boone? Any thoughts on that?
I actually have tons of hope when it comes to like the future about how this could change. Like I see a lot of good coming from it. Economically, we've had customers discover us. They're like, come through the drive-thru and they're like, yeah, we wanted to support something local and we've never tried you before. And then like they come back the next day and they're happy. And like, it's like blowing my mind that they didn't know we were here, but there we are. So it's this realization of the importance of shopping local. And I think that that's going to stay. I think people are seeing the power of that and the importance of that, and that there is local families behind these businesses, and I know for my part, I'm more intentional about my dollar, because I'm seeing that as people are choosing us because they want to see us here when this is all over, they want us to make it. I'm seeing the power of that. It's helping us get to that baseline number we have to get to every day. and it's literally making the difference. And so the power of choosing where you spend your dollar is a lesson that I'm learning. I mean, it's reinforcing that lesson for me of like, wow, this does make the difference for these small families and small businesses. And I think that's going to stay. I think there's going to be a continued emphasis on local and a stronger local economy as a result.
That's awesome, man. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'm hopeful too that just this initiative right now that we're doing, this Keep Boone Healthy thing, like I believe this mentality is gonna stay, and that's something I'm hopeful for.
Yeah, and there's something beautiful about facing a challenge together. And me and my wife and kids, we're doing that. We're home, or we're trying to hold the shop up, homeschooling. Everybody is, and so we're like this new challenge, and we're facing it together, and that's really special in a way to go through that as a family and to have that family time where we're looking at what's really important to us. And on a broader level, we're doing it as a community. We're saying what is important to us as a community. How do we get through it together? And I think that emphasis on family and community it's time well spent.
I've been thinking about that too. Just the time that we're getting with the family right now is actually pretty rare on a normal occasion throughout the year, but right now it's like we're getting close and we're becoming closer as a result. So that's a pretty cool thing. The chamber has been have launched this initiative, this kind of story thread called Silver Linings, and I'm curious if you have any thoughts on what the silver lining is for Local Lion.
Yeah, I mean, well, internally we're taking the time. We're down to our core staff, and we're taking the time to evaluate how we can come out stronger and better, and we're spending our time here going through our process, and just taking more time with our coffee. It's we're always running around working hard, and it's slowing us down and helping us evaluate. So we're looking forward to being even stronger and more of an emphasis on quality than ever before, more of a team here. So I think that as a business, we're going to be a stronger business in terms of who we are, what we offer. I mean, financially, we're going to be poorer, but there's more to business than that. And I think that's where we're going to be stronger, is just who we are as a company.
That's good stuff. But one of the reasons I wanted to get you on here is just because you've always been really, you've had a way with words. You've always had a way of looking at things that's hopeful and encouraging for others. So I wanted others out there to hear how you're handling this and what your perspective is on it.
That's cool. Thank you. I think one of the things I learned when we first opened, and it was, you open a business and you're like, maybe we'll succeed, maybe we'll fail, we don't know. And so me and my wife sit down, we're like, maybe we'll fail. Are we okay with that? We're essentially like, yeah, we're going to love each other. We're going to be there for each other, even if this fails. And then, fast forward a year and we're trying to make it. And it's like fighting tooth and nail not to fail, it's like you really don't want to. It's extremely stressful and a lot of pressure. And I kind of learned from that. I didn't want to fail. It's as much as like I knew my wife would be there for me and we'd love each other. It's not what I wanted. And so I kind of decided, actually, I don't really ever want to fail. But the reality is you can't help that risk. Like there's like big challenges like this hitting companies, hitting families, hitting communities. And so the way I've kind of resolved that is, what will I learn if this goes under? What will be the thing that I actually get out of it? So it's kind of like, and I want to be investing in that. So for me, it's like, what wisdom will I get? The values that we have, the faith, the hope, the love, like those are the things that I want to carry forward regardless and be stronger with. So, I mean, obviously we're planning on succeeding. I think we will. We've got a wonderful community around us. But it's really cool to look and be like, all right, this is what's valuable. This is what I'm holding on to through it.
Wow. That's powerful. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time today. And I can hear the coffee still going out there. So it sounds like you've got people at the window to serve. So I'll let you get back to it.